Today we're looking at some 1971 Jefferson nickels that are worth money, what you should be looking for on your nickels that can make them valuable, and some other Jefferson nickels that you should always be on the lookout for. So let's just hop right into it. Don't forget to go check out Collectibles.com. Links always in the description. This first coin here is a 1971 Denver minted Jefferson nickel. Now you can see that something major is going on here, and that is because it's been double struck, with the second strike being 35% off center. So this is definitely a mint error taking place here. Now that will give the coin some value. You're turning 5 cents into over $400. So if you ever find something like this, you could definitely make some money on it. 5 cents into over $400 for this coin. Next up is a 1971D Denver minted Jefferson nickel. Now this coin is graded by PCGS at a mint state 67, and that is the reason why the coin is valuable. So if you just have a regular nickel from the 1970s and it's got scratches and things like that on it, it's really been circulated in pocket change for a while, it's typically only going to be worth its face value of 5 cents. However, high graded coins and error coins are going to have a lot of value. Now the coin grading scale only goes up to 70. This is graded at a mint state 67. So that is why the coin is valuable. And this nickel sold for over $850. Next up, one of my favorite type of errors is the 1971D Jefferson nickel that was actually struck 15% off center and struck on a 1 cent planchet. So we see how it's got like the Lincoln penny color to it, the copper coloration to it, and that is because it was actually struck on a penny planchet. So very cool. Love these types of errors. This coin sold for over $300. Moving on to another 1971D. Now this one is not too noticeable, honestly. You would, I think this would probably get passed up very easily. However, you can get a coin scale from couchcollectibles.com. Always weigh your coins, make sure they weigh around the right weight. And this coin here was actually struck on a Philippine 25-cent planchet. So here's the coin that the nickel was actually struck on. However, if we go back, we can see that it just looks like a regular nickel. But it has been confirmed by the coin grading company PCGS that it was actually struck on the Philippine coin planchet. Now, very cool error. You're turning 5 cents into over $180. A $180 nickel. Next up is a coin that's sold on eBay. Now, I would probably definitely have this graded if I found something like this or came across something like this. This is a 1971 that is a error coin, of course, as we can see here in the image display. Now this nickel here only sold for around $60, so I would probably have it graded and probably would sell for a little more if it was graded and certified. Now next up is a 1971 proof set. So this is pretty cool. Now what you want to look for here is on the Jefferson nickel is a missing S mint mark. So the other coins have the S mint mark, but the Jefferson nickel is missing the S mint mark, the San Francisco minted mint mark. So always be on the lookout for that. Check your proof sets. This proof set here with that no S Jefferson nickel sold for over $1,100. 1,100 US dollars. Here's another example of a proof set with the 1971 missing S Jefferson nickel, and this proof set sold for over $1,200. So always be on the lookout for that in your proof sets. Now here is a individual nickel. It isn't with the proof set. It's a 1971, again missing the S, no S mint mark as we can see here, and it is a very, very valuable coin. This nickel sold for over $7,000. That's right, over $7,000. It also does help that the coin is graded at a proof 69, so nearly a perfect grade on that nickel. Again, here's an example of an S mint mark on the Jefferson nickel. Here's an example to the right with the no S mint mark, so missing that S mint mark. This is only for the proof coin, so not for a business strike coin. As we can see here, the 1971 no mint mark up top is the business strike, and then the 1971 here on the bottom is the proof coin. So you can really tell a big difference. Proof coin is going to be much more detailed, have a mirror-like finish, as opposed to the business strike, which is pretty much the coins that you find in your pocket change every day. Typical change. Now here's a 1971S proof nickel that is actually got almost a perfect grade like the other proof nickel, graded at a proof 69, which gives it a lot of value. However, this is not missing the S Mint mark. It actually has the S Mint mark. And this coin here sold for over $1,500. Okay, so hopping right into it with the first picture here. Now we got Jefferson nickels, we got Buffalo nickels, and even V nickels in this video. First up is a 1913 Type 2. Now I've discussed Type 1, Type 2 in my other Buffalo nickel videos, so be sure to check those out. Now this 5-cent coin was struck on a 10-cent planchet. It only weighs 2.5 grams. You can see that the whole design of the Buffalo nickel did not get on the coin, so it's kind of cut off there. We got Liberty cut off, United States of America cut off on the reverse. Now this coin here sold for over $46,000. $46,000. Now this next one is a very, very awesome coin. This is a 1943S 5-cent coin, a Jefferson nickel that was struck on a 1-cent planchet. Now it only weighs 2.8 grams. Now this one was actually struck on a steel penny. So you guys know the steel pennies from 1943? This nickel was actually struck on a steel penny pretty much. So this is supposed to be a 35% silver nickel, as it is from 1943. Now this coin here, because of that error, because of the high grade, sold for over $18,000. Next up is a very interesting coin. Now this is the 1979 Jefferson nickel that was struck on a steel washer. Now it only weighs 2.5 grams, and you can see the hole in the middle of the nickel there. That is pretty amazing. I'm not sure how errors like this would possibly happen, but it is amazing. Now this coin here is sold for over $4,800. Moving right along to a 1993 penny. Now these are some of my favorite types of coins. It's a 1993 nickel, I guess to be exact, overstruck on a 1992 penny, 1-cent planchet. Now we can see the design of the Lincoln Memorial, the reverse of the penny there on the front of the nickel, which is awesome. I absolutely love this. I cannot wait to find one of these in my pocket change or from a coin roll from the bank. Now you can see Lincoln's head there on the reverse of the nickel as well. That is pretty awesome. I really want to find one of these coins. These are probably my favorite type of error coins out there. Now this coin here sold for over $6,900. Moving right along to a no-dated 5-cent coin. Now this Jefferson nickel has been struck on a 1999 Roosevelt dime. So we see the 1 dime there, as well as Jefferson's head from the Jefferson nickel. And then we also see Roosevelt's head there on the reverse of the Jefferson nickel. So that is pretty awesome. Absolutely love these coins. This coin here sold for over $5,400. Moving right along to a 1968S proof coin that has been double struck. Now this is a very obvious error. That would be crazy. Now this coin here sold for over $4,600. Next up is a 1920S Buffalo nickel. Now it's been double struck with the second strike being 80% off center. We can clearly see that in the image displayed. Very noticeable error. Very difficult to find something like this. This coin here sold for over $8,000. Now next up is a 1907 V nickel. Now this V nickel here was struck 25% off center. So we could see that there in the image displayed. Off center error. You can look for off center errors on all different types of coins. This coin here sold for over $2,700. This is a really cool one here. This is a 1924 Buffalo nickel that was struck on a 1-cent planchet. So that is pretty amazing. We see that the coloration of the nickel is that of a penny, and that's because it was struck on a 1-cent planchet. Now this coin sold for over $28,000. $28,000. Now this next one here is pretty similar. However, this 1936S Buffalo nickel was actually struck on a 10-cent coin, so a 10-cent planchet. Now we see that the whole design of the Buffalo nickel was cut off. It's not fitting on that planchet all the way, and this nickel sold for over $9,700. $700. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I will see you all in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.